Look at this guy. I can hardly tell that part of it's supposed to be painted titanium. I am titanium. I guess the synths, do they age then? Because couldn't people just tell that he hasn't aged in like 20 years? I don't know. Come on. He's not making it easy on me, is he? Tough one. Out of ammo. Alright, Danse. Are you going to come peacefully? He killed the robot. No.
Going down.
Maybe he'll give me his armor. Ooh. He gives me his armor. He'll leave the Brotherhood, I'll get his armor. Sick.
Please stand clear. Is now.
Oh my god, another one. Oh, that barrel. That barrel, though. What the hell is he doing? I have a feeling he didn't actually know, because so I'm willing to bet that he might be actually planning to kill himself.
Only a non-human would be foolish enough to call this their home. I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Danse?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded. I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxson's orders. Does he even want me alive?
there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that we're good friends, and this must be very difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No, I won't do it, Danse.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
What do you mean, risk my life?
If Maxson learns that you've disobeyed a direct order to save the life of a synth, he'd have you executed. Why would you risk that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Halen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
What's our next move?
You need to continue your fight against the Institute. I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxson will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Ooh. Man, if I was him, if I was Maxson, I would want more than that, but whatever. Are you gonna put on some clothes before we leave, or hopefully? I have to convince him. I don't think you would have to be some
Going up.
cold, heartless bastard, or purposely doing an evil run to actually kill Danse. I don't think anyone would have actually done it. Kind of wanted his power armor though. Why didn't you hook me up?
Ground floor.
Maybe I'll get some armor when I get promoted.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
Oh dear.
With you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
How did you find us?
When I sent you to execute this machine, I suspected you'd have difficulty following my orders. Now that I've arrived, it appears that my instincts were correct. What did it say to you that made you betray the Brotherhood? Why is it still alive?
He's not a thing. He's one of your best men.
Have you taken leave of your senses? Danse isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about
You're
me?
the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Danse. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
You're comparing Danse to a nuclear bomb?
This machine might not be a bomb, but its goal is exactly the same. Place it where you want the damage done, and when you least expect it, it delivers a lethal blow without warning and without mercy. A precision strike delivered right at the heart of the enemy. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Danse, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
If he dies, what happens to me?
Given the circumstances, I'd be willing to overlook this lapse in judgment. The fact that Dance's true nature was hidden from you isn't your fault. Now make your decision, or I will.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Just listen to me. If I've earned any of your trust or respect while I've served with the Brotherhood, then I'd gladly trade it to keep Danse alive.
You value this machine's life that much. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Danse to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive. Which leaves me with only a single alternative. Danse, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight. And your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Man. Good thing we upgraded charisma, boys! Oh dear god. Looking swole, Danse, even though it's all artificial.
Hi.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxson like that.
So what are you gonna do now?
I've decided to stay here. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxson knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Are you gonna have a problem killing synths?
I might physically be a synth, but my heart and mind belong to the Brotherhood. the Institute is still a tremendous threat to the Commonwealth. They possess technologies that need to be confiscated or destroyed. I promise you, I won't hesitate to pull the trigger on them.
Goodbye, Danse.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
I want a promotion. And I want new armor. Check on Virgil. Oh, Virgil's done.
If you run into any synths, shoot to kill. We don't take prisoners.
He's done transforming into his final form. So I hear there's a free spot for Paladin.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Danse. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
You're not gonna have him killed behind my back, are you?
I'm a man of my word, Knight. If he remains invisible to the Brotherhood of Steel, he has nothing to fear. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
Ooh.
Where did Danse keep his power armor?
I'm certain you can find it in Proctor Ingram's section of the ship. Wear it with pride. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Must go get my power armor. I get my own room now. I'm a big boy.
Attention. Due to increased raider activity, all leave requests to off-base sites have been...
Get my own room. I can sleep when I want. Faded visor? What the hell's a faded visor? I just want to get this off my... Clear up all the clutter.
Attention. Halbert pilot to station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to station Epsilon. That is all.
I forget what Proctor it was. It wasn't Cade.
A synth. Right.
Quillen.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
Maxson might appear compassionate, but I can assure you, the Institute will face his wrath.
is. There it is. Looking sexy. Hey, what happened to the other piece of power armor I was storing here? Day one.
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
Alright, so I've looked over both armors, and technically his is a Mark V. Mine's only a Brother Steel Mark II that's upgraded, but I'm on model... I have 3 pieces on Model E, and all his is on Model D. So technically mine's a little bit better, but probably in the long run he'll be able to get, if I upgrade this one, to be able to get a little bit further. So I think that for now, because I can carry more stuff in my suit, actually let me do what I'll do is do a little, give me all this. I can carry more items on my suit and it can take more damage. So what I will do is I'm going to use my suit for now, but I'm going to make one little adjustment. There. Respect my authority. All future upgrades will do on Paladin Dance's armor just because, you know, you gotta show that respect, you know.
By Elder Maxson's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated.
Now I just have to find some Exo 1 armor.
Or collected.
I saw a video online of where you can find some Exo 1 armor, but it turns out it's actually linked to what level you are. There's a little bit of RNG to it. So before I go to this place where I know for a fact there's going to be armor, I gotta make sure that I'm a high enough level. I'm gonna go over here for a bit. What we do have to do is we have to go visit Virgil. Whoops. Sounds like Virgil is done transforming. I is Paladin. I am old as man.